Trial by Fire by Nora McClintock. This is such a page turner, but there are a lot of characters to keep up with. The main character to know is Riley. She and her Aunt Jenny moved to Moorbridge on a small farming community because Aunt Jenny takes a job as a police detective. They have a neighbor, his name is Mr. Guren, who immigrated from Kyrgyzstan. As Riley was unpacking the first couple of nights they were there, she sees a fire across the field on Mr. Guran's property. She quickly runs over and hears screaming coming from a barn. The next thing she remembers is waking up in the hospital with a concussion. Mr. Guran is in intensive care and people are accusing him of burning down his own barn. That is just the first couple of chapters. You may want to grab a sticky note to keep up with everyone. There's Charlie, who's a sweet kid that's crushing on Riley. There's Ashley, who works at one of the stores in town. And there's Mike, who is kind of like the villain of the book. And he is convinced that Mr. Guran stole his family farm. And he's also trying to help convince the rest of the town that Mr. Guran burned down his own barn. The Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hesse. In the midst of World War II, rations were a reality. Secrets were kept for survival, and no one could trust their neighbors. Haneke spent her day delivering black market items to the people trying to survive in Amsterdam during the German occupation. Miss Jansen has a secret. She's hiding a teenage girl in her house. And now the girl has disappeared. Miss Jansen begs Haneke to find her. And if she doesn't find her and the German police find her, it definitely will not go well for the young Jewish teenager. Or for Haneke. So many themes float throughout the chapters all throughout. There's suspense and sorrow and courage, and there's definitely a shocking ending. Undertow by Michael Buckley. Dystopian fans, this is a great one. It's the beginning of a 3-part trilogy. I definitely felt this was a pretty unique look at how two different worlds colliding can be bad and good. Lyric, main character, has spent her life in a pretty safe environment. Her father is a very protective police officer, and her mother is an alpha. What's an alpha? Well, this is where the book gets a little different. Alphas are these sea-like creatures who have taken on human-like qualities. The alphas, numbering in 30,000, have just walked out of the sea and established themselves in Coney Island. In an effort to prevent massive panic, the government sets up the zone, and they try to integrate the alphas into the human way of life with school and places in the community. That's where Lyric meets Fathom. Not an immediate romance, but these two have more in common than anyone knows. This definitely parallels some realities that we're facing now. I kind of felt like it was a lot about racism and intolerance and how well-intentions can turn into open hatred. Will definitely leave you wanting to read the sequel, The Raging Sea. The Girl in Between. Some books make you laugh and some books make you guess what's happening until the very end. And then some books make you want to sleep with the lights on. Some stick with you for a very long time, and some make you feel lucky you have a normal life and a normal house dealing with normal problems. The Girl in Between doesn't make you laugh. This is a tale of a girl and her mom living in an abandoned grain mill. The story is told from the point of view of the young girl. She spends her days being invisible. She has to stay that way or the authorities will take her away from her mom. Her only companion is the caretaker, and she's okay because she's with her mom and she lives in a castle. This is definitely for the reader who wants to read about life of struggle. This is not a feel-good tale with a happy ending, but it's worth reading until the end. Watch Hollow by Gregory Furnaro. Blackford House holds a magical clock, and it does so much more than tell time. Without the clock, Blackford House has an evil presence, and Lucy and Oliver Tinker soon find out that they need to work together to defeat the Gar. Lucy is the first to see the clock's 12 carved animals that can come alive when everyone is asleep. The connection between Lucy and the magical abilities of this magnificent clock. The trusting dog Torsten, a spiteful cat Meridian, are the connection between Lucy and the magical abilities of this magnificent clock. A mysterious boy, Teddy, who leaves Oliver with a very weird feeling, is also another interesting character. Teddy helps Oliver to understand why the forest around Blackford House continues to grow closer and quicker than realistically possible. There are so many details that bring this tale to a shocking end. It is definitely entertaining. This is a great read for anyone who enjoys a lot of colorful characters and stories with animals in it. Alice in Zombieland. This one is definitely young adult and for older readers. Alice Bell lives her life under the thumb of her father. He trusts no one and believes monsters will kill his family. Her younger sister Emma and Alice and their mom live under the overprotective rules that constantly cause Alice to miss out on things that happen after dark. Alice thought he was delusional and desperately wanted to do normal things. This series starts out on Alice's birthday. All she wants is for her parents to remember her birthday and to go to her sister's dance recital. Fast forward a few pages and Alice's mom manages to convince her dad to allow her family to go to Emma's recital. Eager to leave the moment the recital is over, Alice's dad rushes to get back home before dark. One wrong turn changes Alice's life forever. By the end of the car ride, Alice's family is dead, and Alice sees what her father feared the most: monsters. Now Alice must rebuild her life with Nana and try to be normal again. This is a great action-packed romance series with zombies. If you ever wanted to read Twilight, this one would be highly recommended. It's fantastic.